Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are on a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And welcome back to yet another match preview for you guys tonight. And look, it's going to be the last one in a while. Of course, not because I'm going anywhere. The football's going somewhere, but of course, we'll talk about that in a brief moment anyway. But guys, let me know how all of you are. Let me know how you lot are feeling for, of course, Liverpool versus Ajax. Are you nervous? Are you excited? If you're me, I, both. I think. Like obviously we'll talk about what Jurgen's had to say over the last, last 24 hours and so on as well. But of course, we'll also get your guys' thoughts and your opinions as well in the comment section down below as well. But Jordan's in saying hi as well. Hello, Jordan. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And as well, guys, if you're new around here, doing this for the first time, if you could very much please hit that like button and also hit that share button. It does massively help out the channel, help out the algorithm. And also, if you're new around here and viewing us for the first time, then please also hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to enable notifications as well, because again, YouTube don't like notifications. Let me quickly get my name bar off of the screen because I forgot to do that before the stream started because I am a fool. There we go. Anyway, but Jazz is in as well. Evening Reds as well. Jordan says, I just subscribed to your channel. Jordan, I thought you subscribed ages ago. What are you playing at, lads? But thank you very much for subscribing as well, my friend. Anyway, and of course, just to jump straight into the news then, because I think a load of you guys will have already known, unless you're living under a rock. Of course, Liverpool v Chelsea is postponed. Like I said, this will be the last match preview for quite some time. Of course, because we have a stupid international break in the middle of an already chaotic season, which again is absolutely stupid, in my opinion, anyway. But of course, as you can see, but let me quickly take down the postponement banner. But yes, as you can see, but there, Liverpool confirming, saying the Premier League has today confirmed our match with Chelsea this coming weekend has been postponed. Of course, due to policing issues. Of course, because all the police are literally down, in London, of course, for, of course, the funeral of the Queen. And again, it's frustrating though. It's the fact that, could this have been reversed? Could it have been played at Liverpool instead of, instead of Chelsea? And I'm not the Premier League. None of us are the Premier League, but obviously with the games being so crammed in with one another, look, I thought it would have made a lot more sense if the game was played at Anfield. It makes so much sense. But of course, the problem is, police comes up with Chelsea and so on. And at the minute, it seems to be that in the UK, especially, every police officer is going to London, down south, for, of course, the funeral of the Queen. So again, and yet another game postponed in the Premier League. Two games now. Liverpool will have to, of course, against, of course, Wolves and Chelsea. Now they'll have to try and find room for that, which, where is there room for that? I don't know personally. I think, let me quickly see if I've got the banner back up for it. Anyway, there we go. Of course, you can see there, you can see in front of me where the time scale is now, and the first opportunity we've got is the weekend after the World Cup final, and then you're looking at January, the beginning, well, in the middle of January towards the middle of February then as well, where these games could be played. But then in saying that as well, of course, you've got Champions League games to consider if Liverpool were to get into the knockout stages, and not even Liverpool, potentially other teams as well. Chelsea, for example, could be in a quarterfinal or semi-final as well. So again, where do the Premier League fit this, round of fixtures in? You don't know. Do they extend the league by a week? You don't know. And I think not real thought has been thought about this because, look, in a football sense, it hasn't really, knocked on anyone. But you look at it, more of a, a Liverpool, point of it. But you think of all the, and it was an interesting point I was listening to earlier on Redmen when they were going on about food banks and everything that get profitable, and get, the donations that they need, during games. And of course that's not there now. Of course, last weekend and even this weekend, of course, the games wasn't at Liverpool, but again, it's got something similar, isn't it? Everyone's, tracking behind and so on. And again, the Premier League don't think of things like this. Now, of course, the games get replayed and so on, but I think that, just to straight up cancel it, I think is I think something better could have been done. Or not even so much this weekend's round of fixtures, because again, of course, understand it 100% because of the funeral of the Queen and so on. But last week's round of fixtures should have gone ahead, in my opinion. But again, that's just my thoughts and my opinions. Anyway, but just to go back to it, anyway, of course, the Premier League has today confirmed our match with Chelsea for this coming weekend has been postponed. Anyway, and of course, um, I think all the games have been postponed. When I checked earlier on, I only checked on Liverpool's one. So again, apologies if it is, if there are games going ahead this season. Anyway, that's not meant to come up. Anyway, but again, guys, let me know your thoughts anyway on Liverpool Chelsea getting postponed as well. Anyway, but Doug's in as well, saying hi. Here, hello, Connor lad. Hello, Douglas as well. Guys, in Talia Old Bean 2-0 tomorrow to screeners from Darwin as well. Hopefully, Gary. Hopefully Darwin can get on the score sheet. And Brian's in as well, saying evening as well. Anyway, but so go on then to Jurgen Klopp's comments. Then about, of course, he was speaking about the Napoli game in the press conference earlier on, which again, we don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. It was horrible, wasn't it? And he was speaking about it, of course, Ian Doyle, quoting Jurgen Klopp anyway, saying that I had a meeting with the players, and I've watched it back plenty of times, and it was a real horror, to be honest. We showed the boys the situation, and they knew, but seeing it again made it really obvious it was the worst game played since I've been here. Which again, you look at it. Again, we don't need to go back, on the details, for example. But when we're talking about that Napoli game, everyone apart from Allison, Harvey Elliott, and Luis Diaz could could literally be gone tomorrow with that performance. And apart from them three that showed heart, and especially Allison kept us in the game for the majority of it. And you look at that and you're like, and Jurgen's also said as well that apart from three players, the rest need to get their act together as well, which I think he's speaking more about Luis Diaz, Harvey Elliott, and Ali, where the rest of the players need to get their act together and so on. As like Jurgen has said there, the last time I can remember a performance that was that bad in a Liverpool shirt was Spurs away in 2016. What was it, 2016, 2017, where we got battered, I think 4-1, but it could have been a lot worse on the day. And you look at it, and it was that the spine of Liverpool was damaged completely, wasn't it? Away at Naples last week as well, and obviously Klopp also speaking about rhythm and so on, and of course I think a journalist a little bit took the mick, saying, oh, these players need rhythm and that, and Jurgen was like, what rhythm? We don't have any rhythm at the moment. We're trying to find the rhythm and we currently can't find it, which again, does that imply that there will be a formation change? Will there be a system change for Ajax, and potentially after the international break as well? We don't know. Of course, I hope there is a formation change. I hope there's a 4-2-3-1 coming, and of course, you guys will let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. But honestly, obviously, we're hoping for the performance change, let alone result change. But the performance change we need massively. Anyway, but let's get into your comments anyway, guys, as well. To be fair, the guys in Tally-Ho, Dougie as well. Yeah, cancelling last week was a mistake as well, says Brian. Yeah, I think it was 1,000% a mistake last week. I can understand this week's 100%, with the policing problem and so on at games, but again, sport was allowed to go on last week, and the Premier League decided not to do it, which again I think is ridiculous as well. Could have been seven, says Brian as well. Yeah, absolutely could have been 100%. Trent has his, yep, absolutely. We got a lot more than that, Gary. To be fair, evening with the NFL back. I've been healed from Liverpool's. As I said, like I think a lot of my friends as well have been watching the NFL because it's been like for me, I'm a huge Formula One fan, um, and that was the bit of sanity over the weekend. But I think I think Bundesliga football as well, watching Bayern Munich play this shite. Like you can definitely tell it's a one team league. But again, they were absolutely gobshite on the weekend, especially Joshua Kimmich. He was awful. But I loved his interview. I feel things will change. I'm not sure we've had such a rock bottom message before, as well as Elskow say. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you over there, mate. I think that Klopp, he's not, painted over any of the cracks. He said it, as I think all of us have seen it, that, hey, the performances this season have not been good enough. Even, look, we beat Bournemouth 9-0, and it's like, was the performance amazing? Not really. But you look at other performance, Newcastle, that should have been a lot better. Naples as well, obviously, that should have been a lot better performance against Napoli. Like, for me, if Liverpool got beat 4-1 and we were playing amazing football, then of course we wouldn't have nothing to, we'd be angry about the result, but of course we wouldn't be, infuriated, even a week on. But you look at that performance, and you could tell that was a long time coming for this Liverpool side. And again, that's the thing that's worrying. Where I want to see a reaction. We said this, after Manchester United, and you hope there's a reaction. If there's not, then of course there will be even more, pressure on Jurgen and the the backroom team and so on, and Pep Linders, and look, people have already got criticised of Jurgen and Pep Linders, but I don't know. I'm hoping, like you guys, I'm hoping for a performance, and hopefully we can batter Ajax. But at the minute, Ajax are looking like a very, very good side at the minute as well. But Brian says the game tomorrow will tell us a lot. Let's see how they react. Absolutely, Bri, hopefully they bloody react. John is in as well. Saying about Conor, mate, you're cheating bastard. Hope you are well. Hello, John. Hopefully on a fantastic day. My friend Jazz says we need to start with high energy and intensity, but we've been saying that for the last few weeks, but it doesn't happen as well. Yeah, 100%. I think for Liverpool, for this game, it would be, great performance, great result, and then we can work on things then from now until the international break, and then of course, everyone will go away for was it a week and a half, I think it is, and hopefully everyone can come back then, and it'll be fine as well. Because I think we play Brighton after the international break, I think at home. So again, that's great. I think we play at home. I'll check on that in a minute. But again, the fact now we've got, because I think it's what 16, 17 days now Liverpool won't be playing any football, which of course is a very, very long time. And like Klopp has said before, Klopp has said before that we like to play 3 games a day then to keep the rhythm going. But at the minute, when we've got rhythm like we've done the last couple of weeks, you need to get rid of it, go back to basics, and hopefully start again. But the big problem is again is the fact that we're going to play tomorrow, and that's the last game then for nearly 2 weeks, which is not good. It's not good. It's not great. And I'm hoping Jurgen doesn't go full on. Oh yeah, we're going to have a quick mini preseason where we're going to ramp everything up yet again, because everyone looks knackered already. So I wouldn't want. I don't want our players getting fatigued again. So hopefully that won't be the case anyway. But big up Brian, mate, as well, says John. Anyway, but we'll get on then to injury news. And guys, put your start 11 predictions in the comment section down below, and let me know your score predictions as well in the chat down below. But before we do that as well, I will go to the head-to-head as well over on FootMob. As you can see right now, of course, the form sheet as well. You can see Ajax are unbelievable at the minute. As you can see, haven't conceded a goal in the last 5 games. 5-0. Last time out 4-0 against Rangers, 4-0 again, 2-0 and 1-0 as well. But Ajax, of course, we all know the Eredivisie is a 3-team league. But, again, it's very impressive, especially the performance against Rangers as well, where they absolutely battered them in Amsterdam last week as well. But the last time Liverpool and Ajax did face each other, of course, it was 2 seasons ago, and Liverpool won 1-0 both times. I believe that Adrian played in the away game first, and then, of course, Kelleher did play in the game at Anfield. Of course, I think that was when the start of the injury crisis did happen anyway. But of course, Ajax currently under, of course, new management. Of course, trying to get new players. Of course, we all know one player in particular, Steven Bergwijn, is there. Is it Adamas as well? Playing in that false 9 position. Didn't feature much last season for Ajax, but certainly this season he's been brilliant in that false 9. If you all guys go back and watch the advanced highlights last week of the game against Rangers, completely battered them from start to finish. So again, I'm expecting a very, very tough side at Anfield, and look, a fully confident Liverpool side, you'd still be saying it's going to be a tough game. When Liverpool are down and out at the minute, of course, I'll always say never underestimate this Liverpool side, but again, the way we have been playing, Ajax have a really, really big shout in beating us at the minute, and of course, again, this is a must-win when you think about it, because of course, hopefully, with Liverpool backing up their ideas, Napoli look very, very strong. Of course, we know that from last week, but of course, them looking very strong in the Serie A as well. Kvaratskhelia as well. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He looks absolutely amazing, doesn't he? And again, this Napoli team that we've known in Champions League group stage in the past, they'll make it tough for Liverpool to qualify first and win the group, of course. So, it's going to be us, it's going to be Ajax, it's going to be Napoli fighting for first, second, and third. I think Rangers might fall off a little bit in this group. Watch me say this now. Watch them, beat us, this season. But you kind of get what I mean. I think personally, that is going to be the battle for, of course, first, second, and third. And again, the way this Ajax team is at the minute, then again, you don't know, do you? Hopefully, though, again, Liverpool can make a statement and just batter them, in the first half and so on. But again, it's going to be hard. And again, we need the crowd on this side as well. Of course, European nights are always magical at Anfield as well. And the one thing I will say as well, briefly about, of course, the of course, there will be a minute's silence at the start of the game tomorrow. The one thing I'll say, if anyone is going and watching this, and you go into the game, please be respectful. Look, we know, we don't like the monarchy and so on, but again, show respect. Don't be an idiot if you go into the game tomorrow. Please, no matter what, because of course, this is what the the media will want. If Liverpool, if people at Anfield show a reaction or a bad reaction to the minute silence, because of course there's not going to be any Champions League anthem, neither tomorrow. It's just going to be silent, I believe, at the start anyway, where the teams walk out. So again, if anyone is going to the game, then please be respectful, because again, one idiot will make headlines. And look, I'm not saying all Liverpool fans are idiots, but we all know that some people can be. So again, if you're going to the game, please be respectful in that way as well. Anyway, but Brian says hi to John as well. Big up Brian, mate, as well. John saying, all right, this is about Liverpool, no talk about Rangers. Come on, lol, as well. John, let's be honest. Rangers have been poor for a while as well. But Rico's in saying Liverpool winning twice against Ajax is a fluttered result. In Liverpool, the keeper just went, okay, not catching the ball. And in Amsterdam, it was an own goal. It was an own goal. But again, it says right there, it's 1-0 each side, and that was when Liverpool were at their worst over under Jurgen Klopp at the minute. So again, and also beat a Ten Hag side as well. So look, again, two different teams than that, but again, that is the only time I think Liverpool have played Ajax in the Champions League. I could be wrong with that, but when I had a look earlier on, couldn't see anything else. So I think it is anyway. Ajax could sell Messi and get better the next season, the next season as well. To be fair, it's always teams like Ajax, Dortmund. It's always teams that sell and regroup. Are always amazing at doing it, aren't they? But John says, show respect and don't let the city and the people of Liverpool down, please, as well. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Anfield is difficult for any team to go. Absolutely. Absolutely, Jazz, as well. Anyway, but we will get in then to injury news, of course, and I will get into team news then for you guys as well. Anyway, but of course, Jurgen bringing us up to date with the latest injury news. And unfortunately, Andy Robertson is out injured. As you can see, Neil Jones mentioning from what Jurgen Klopp had to say, saying that Klopp confirms or says Andy Robertson has a knee injury. He's out for at least until the international break. Curtis Jones also not available, which again is very disheartening. And again, Fabio Carvalho is fit and available. He trained yesterday as normal, and James Pearce then also confirming that Andy Robertson is ruled out until after the international break, with Fabio Carvalho back in contention for Tuesday's clash with Ajax as well, which again is phenomenal news. But again, it's disappointing news, the fact that Curtis Jones is out and Andy Robertson is out as well. But again, it now hopefully gives the likes of Kostas Tsimikas, an opportunity, a golden opportunity really to, shine and show what he can do. Because look, he's gonna Robbo's at least gonna be injured until after the international break. It looks to be, I think, a bruised knee. I think it is that was the latest report from it. But again, of course, a good thing I think is the fact he's not going away to Scotland again, because we know even though the internationals friendlies are pointless, Robbo will play a full 90 minutes in both games of the international break, which again is good in that sense. But also as well the fact that he's played so much football over the last 2-3 years, club and for country. Again, a little break would be nice, but again, being out injured, of course, like the likes of Neil Jones and Paul Joyce, not Paul Joyce, sorry, James Pearce also reporting that it could be after the international break that Robbo is back, only starting to be fit as well, which again isn't the best news possible. But for me personally, guys, and I don't know about you guys, and let me know as well your start 11 predictions in the chat down below. But for me, I think Kostas Tsimikas has been deserving of a start the last couple of weeks. And again, I think this is the perfect time, similar to last season, where I think Kostas played the first 5 games of the season last year. Again, he gets to show his point and what he can bring to this Liverpool side. And for me, I think it is about a time that we may be interchange between Robbo and Kostas. Maybe Kostas is the European left back until, of course, the more important stages. But then even then, I think that potentially you could have Kostas play, a lot more Premier League games than what he's already playing. So for me, I think this is a brilliant opportunity for Kostas Tsimikas, and hopefully he can, step up when needed. But again, for me, I do think Kostas has needed this opportunity for quite some time as well anyway. But Gary saying Tsimikas will be fine. The link up with Elliot and Diaz will be sexy as well as Gary. 100% Connor could be the chance Tsimikas needs as well. Yeah, 100%. And you look at Robbo, for example. Remember when Robbo first came into the side? Alberto Moreno got injured in a was it before a Champions League game, or no? He got injured at half time in a Champions League game. And Robbo come on, and of course Liverpool didn't look back. But of course, it could be the same sort of situation if Tsimikas is playing unbelievably well. Then for me, I think Robbo has to, work his way back into the team. He doesn't automatically get a pass and go, right, you're back into the team. No, absolutely not. For me, I think, without a shadow of a doubt, I think Robbo needs to earn that position back anyway. But we're getting then to start 11 predictions. Guys, let me know yours in the comment section down below anyway. But let me quickly go back up because I did miss someone's starting 11. I think it was Brian's I missed. There we go. Brian's gone with Ali, Trent, Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Kostas Tsimikas, Fabinho, Elliot, Thiago, Diaz, Nunes, and Salah. Well, I'm actually glad that Brian um, has a great mind because I've gone for exactly the same as Brian as well. And guys, let me know yours in the comment section down below. I think the biggest one for me is Darwin Nunes. Will Darwin Nunes start, or will it be Diogo Jota? That was the real contending position for me. Now I know. Look, a lot of you guys will be going Trent at right back. Were you playing at? For me, he does play at right back. I don't think there's any option there at the minute. I think Jurgen would have given him an absolute bollocking throughout the week, hopefully. And we'll see a lot more desire from Trent Alexander-Arnold. And obviously, there's going to be a lot more solidity behind him as well, with the likes of Joel Matip back in the team as well. But of course, we've got Alisson Becker, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Kostas Tsimikas. I've gone for the return partnership of Fabinho and Thiago Alcantara with Harvey Elliott next to him. And then, of course, the front three of Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunes, and hopefully a better Mohamed Salah than what we've seen the last couple of weeks as well, because he hasn't been performing the best. Neither has he, Mohamed Salah, over the last couple of weeks. So hopefully that will be the team as well. But again, I'd like to see a formation change, maybe a 4-2-3-1 with the same sort of players. But again, Harvey Elliott in that 10 role. Mo, of course, playing a lot more inwards than what we've seen, and a Trent a bit further up as well. But again, I'm not sure. But for me personally, guys, and let me know your thoughts as well. For me, the biggest contention in there is between Diogo Jota and Darwin Nunes. For me, it will be interesting. I would say anyway, to be fair as well. But DH is in saying, all right, Con, and everyone in the chat as well. Great to see you in the chat, my friends. And let me quickly scroll back up. Did I miss a comment? No, I didn't. I think Claire's in saying Ajax could score. They could 100% score without offence at the minute. I don't think that's a understatement at all. But yeah, no, absolutely. I think they could 100% score. I wouldn't be surprised if Kostas shows us how good he is. But once Robbo is back, Kostas will be dropped no matter if he wins man of the match in every game whilst Robbo is injured. Yeah, look, that's the frustrating part for me. But again, I personally think Robbo should deserve to fight his way back, not just be given the place. Look, if Kostas is brilliant over the next couple of weeks, then for me, again, he should 100% start for Liverpool, no matter what. But because also got Diaz, Elliott, and Ramsey as well. I think Ramsey is still currently out injured at the minute. We don't know the news about him. Hopefully, that will be figured out after the international break as well. Anyway, but Brian says Matip and Thiago gives us so much more composure on the ball as well. Yeah, 100%. I think as well, I've seen a couple of people saying Joe Gomez should be playing at right back as well. I wouldn't be against that personally, but I think with Matip being there, you're going to have more solidity. Bloody hell, I can't get the word out. But I think that's going to be the case. But also, I think, look, Liverpool could. Hopefully, we'll see the old right hand side where you've got Trent. Because for me, the biggest problem is with Liverpool at the minute. Trent is so far up the pitch, but he's playing as that midfielder. He's not on the wing type area. That Mo's been pushed out there a lot too much for me this season. And again, like Trent's been acted as like this playmaker midfielder role, and that for me that's not what Trent as a right back is. Seen plenty of people mention, oh, he should be a midfielder and so on, and maybe he should be, but again, I just think that potentially we could potentially see Gomez and that as guys gone by, Alisson Becker, Gomez, Matip, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, Thiago, BS. Gary's never going to start in a Champions League, mate, or Premier League game. Biesic, Elliott, Salah, Nunes, and Diaz, 4-3-3. Biesic just holding as well. Lads, he's not playing. 100% he's not playing. Might come on, I'm not saying he might not come on, but I don't think he starts. I think he wants to play Darwin into form, straight back into the team when he was available as well. Yeah, 100%. And again, you know, obviously, hopefully, it will be his first Champions League start. Hopefully, I got better than his first Premier League start at Anfield. Anyway, but for me, guys, I think look, that is the only position I can see that could be. I think the rest of it speaks for itself. Midfield, I think, is the easiest decision to pick from. Like, if Thiago is 80%, 70% fit, you put him in. You 100% put him in. There's no doubt about that whatsoever as well. But, guys, let me know your score prediction then in the chat anyway before we do head off for tonight. Anyway, if you guys would like a watch along as well for tomorrow, I've been thinking about it. All day, and if you'd like a watch along, then let me know in the chat down below, because of course we're not going to be we're not going to be live as much over the next week or so. Of course we'll be doing videos and so on, but of course we're not going to be bringing you a preview show now on Friday. Potentially we might do a debate show. I know a lot of you guys, a lot of new people around here as well, did like the debate that we had about what can Jurgen Klopp fix with his Liverpool side. I know a lot of people got a lot of feedback off of that, so thank you very much for everyone that did view that. But again, if you guys would like more different videos as well, I'm hopefully going to try and get a video sorted as well. We're going to be talking about Naby Keita and why his transfer hasn't worked out as well as we'd hoped at Liverpool as well. So we could be talking individually about that as well. And of course, we might try, and if anyone knows any Bundesliga experts, say experts, but Bundesliga fans, then let us know in the comment section down below. Let us know elsewhere as well. Let me quickly go back up. Ravi saying yes. We should start our new signing, says Ravi as well. Phil's gone for the 1-1. Very interesting. Again, I will be. I think Ajax will score. Look, don't get me wrong. I think Ajax will score against the Liverpool side. Welsh commentary go as well. 2-1 Liverpool, says Ravi. As well, Brian's gone with a 2-2 as well. Ravi says should hit the streets and into fans on Liverpool. I'm not, don't know where but there, Ravi, as your answer. 2-2 as well. Brian has gone for as well. For me, guys, Ravi's mentioned 2-1. Brian's also mentioned 2-2. For me, I'm going to go Liverpool 2-1. I think Ajax score. I don't think at the minute, even with Alisson Becker trying, his absolute best, unfortunately, I don't think there's a world where Liverpool don't concede a goal at the moment. But you hope that Darwin Núñez, Jota, Luis Diaz. You're hoping, for more fight from this Liverpool side. And look, Luis Diaz, Harvey Elliott, and like I said, Alisson Becker have been the one showing that fight over the last couple of weeks. You need Mohamed Salah to finally show up. And I think that's the big thing. Mo finally turns up. We finally get the Mo Salah that we know and love. Then again, look, it might be a brilliant night for Liverpool. Again, we need a performance. We need a reaction from what happened last week in Naples. So hopefully, Liverpool will back their ideas up, and hopefully we will beat Ajax tomorrow. Because again, for me, it is a must win. It is a must 3 points at Anfield as well, and of course, to just try and qualify from this group as well. Because if we were to lose this as well, you're looking at 2 games in, no points for Liverpool. Even shouts then, would be saying, even second place, or you might even be Europa League, at that stage. And of course, we don't want to be thinking about that. We don't want to be thinking about Thursday nights in Europe anyway, as well. But guys, let me know as well in the chat if you're watching on repeat as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below as well. But we'll have a run through then of what we've spoken about in tonight's show as well. And again, if you're watching on repeat, then let me know your thoughts. Let me know your starting 11 predictions. Let me know your score predictions in the chat down below as well. But we'll also mention, of course, all the news we've brought to you tonight as well, saying, of course, Liverpool tweeting out saying the Premier League has today confirmed our match against Chelsea this coming weekend has been postponed, which means now 2 games, of course, will be have to be replayed, 2 weekends. So again, where will they be fit in? We do not know. Of course, Neil Jones and James Pearce mentioning the fact that Andy Robertson is out injured for this game, and of course over the international break as well. Curtis Jones as well not available, but Fabio Carvalho is back in contention, and of course James Pearce also backing up the news as well about Andy Robertson and Fabio Carvalho as well. And of course we've also mentioned our starting 11 prediction. That is my starting 11 prediction. Let me know yours in the chat down below guys, and let me know if you're watching on repeat as well. Let me know your starting 11 predictions in the comment section down below as well. But I've gone as well with a 2-1 win for Liverpool. Hopefully it's 3 points on the board for the Reds anyway. And of course, looking towards the other group as well, Napoli versus Rangers as well. I think Napoli win that comfortably. I think, look, they look amazing at the minute, don't they? Certainly in Serie A as well, and last week as well. They looked amazing as well. Big, disappointment for them. Of course, Osimhen will be out of that game as well. I think he's out for a couple of weeks as well, obviously due to, I think, a muscle problem he picked up against us. But again, Kvaratskhelia, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Anyway, he looks amazing for Napoli. So again, I think it will be 3 points. Unfortunately for John, of course, John being a Rangers fan as well. I think, look, Napoli will beat Rangers, and it'll be 6 points out of 6 for them in Group A anyway. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know as well your thoughts on everything that we've mentioned tonight as well. And yeah, just let me know in the comment section down below, your thoughts and opinions about this game as well. And of course, for me, I'm nervous. I'm also excited as well to see the Reds, and hopefully, we'll get to see the reaction that we've all hoped for the last couple of weeks as well. But before we do that, Phil says Salah needs to show up finally. Trent needs to stop being too lazy to do a right back's job. That's doing the defending, and we've lost the ball as well. Absolutely, absolutely agree with that, Phil, as well. And John saying, "Essay, Connor, come on, give me a break here, please." Don't worry, John. Don't worry, John. Maybe I might be wrong. And Rangers might win, but I don't think they will. Unfortunately, John, I apologise, my friend. I absolutely do apologise anyway. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in into tonight's show anyway. Hopefully we'll be live tomorrow. Like I said, we might be live with a watch along. It might just be a post-match reaction. I haven't decided yet what we're going to do. But if you guys, let me know in the chat down below. If you'd like one, then please let me know in the comment section down below anyway. But hopefully we'll be live, if we're not live with a watch along, we're live with a post-match reaction tomorrow after hopefully Liverpool, get a performance behind them as well, and get 3 points on the board as well in the Champions League. But again, it's all hopes and praise. But again, one thing I will say is don't ever underestimate this Liverpool side, because we can prove, and we've proved time and time again that this Liverpool side should never be underestimated anyway. But if you're not yet subscribed as well, then please hit that subscribe button. It'd be very much appreciated as always, and also as well hit that like button as well, guys, and hit that share button as well. It does massively help out the channel as well, because again, it helps the algorithm out, helps share out the video, share out the channel as well. So again, very much appreciated if you could hit that like button and hit that share button and subscribe as well if you're new around here anyway. But I've been Connor from the Cop Council. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow with hopefully Liverpool getting points on the boards. But yeah, I've been Connor from the Cop Council. See you all then. Ta-ra.